Welcome all, welcome. All righty. Evicted 9 times. Tonight we hear from the property owners blowing the whistle on a suspected serial squatter. Plus, experts share the red flags you need to look out for.
This whole woke community, this I need to feel seen, heard, and I need to be acknowledged 100% of the time. That's why you're single.
Is expecting happiness 100% of the time ruining relationships? Ahead, why chasing constant bliss may be setting up a love of failure.
The Isiah Factor Uncensored starts now.
Property owners in Texas and around the country are finding themselves locked out of their own investments. They're the victims of a rising trend of illegal occupation. What used to be viewed as a rare legal loophole has exploded into a multi-million-dollar headache for communities nationwide. The squatters' scheme. Let's take a look at these numbers. Nationwide, Atlanta leading with roughly 1,200 affected homes. Dallas-Fort Worth tracking at 475, and Orlando reporting 125 cases. That's according to the National Rental Home Council, and just for 2026. The financial damage to homeowners goes far beyond lost rent. Local property schemes tied directly to fraudulent occupancy claims have now funneled more than $8 million into contested real estate values. And Houston is no exception. Welcome and thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. Tonight, evicted 9 different times, all in the very same zip code. Tonight, Harris County property owners Miguel and Alejandra Milio are speaking out as evicted tenant Carmen Mata faces fresh scrutiny. Court records show a judge recently ordered Mata to leave a property by August 24th. This is the 9th time she's been evicted. The couple is here tonight, joining us to talk about it. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. That must have been a nightmare for you guys.
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely.
It has been.
It still is.
And so, what was it like the moment you realized someone is living in your property, in your house without permission?
It's hard to believe that something like that can happen. It catches you off guard, which is probably why it happens, because you don't really expect it. So we had the house up for rent, and all of a sudden a person shows up. There's furniture in your house. You have no idea.
Wow, you're like, who is this damn tenant?
Yeah, it just shows up, and my husband was the one that found him.
And Miguel, what did they say to you when you knocked on that door and said, who are you?
They asked me if I was going there to work on the house.
Wow. And so what did you say after that?
I asked her that, no, I wasn't going to work on the house. I was the owner of the house, and who was she? And she explained, oh, nice to meet you, I'm your new tenant. And so I was like, no, you're not my tenant. We have not rented the house. And she said, well, I rented it through your realtor. And I said, no, you have not. So.
And so from there, where did you guys go? Did you tell her to leave?
So at that moment, it catches you off guard, like I mentioned, and the process is that because this particular squatter is how we like to consider her, I guess she knows how the system goes, and we believe that she has continually done it so much that she probably manipulates people's emotions. So, you feel bad for the fact that she tells you that she was scammed. The way that she goes in there, she says that she provided some money to a realtor, and that she paid a deposit, that she paid up front, and that she moved in. And so you try to be a little considerate to that, and you understand how that could happen to somebody because there's scammers everywhere, right? So
Absolutely.
that's what, at that moment you kind of feel for her and you try to be understanding. But once we went through the process with her to be like, okay, you are now in our house, we weren't expecting, let's do it the correct way. Let's do the background check, let's do a screening. And as long as you meet all of our requirements, then we would be happy to continue on to create a lease and do a lease with you. But she declined to do the screening process, and we started to have to do the research on our own because I didn't have a background check for her. I had to start doing research, and that's how I found from public records that she has evictions back since 2018.
And you're like, wow.
Yeah, about 13 evictions.
Wow.
So in the last 5 years, like I said, yes, she's been evicted from back to back. Pretty much, I would say, living free if you think about it.
And when you guys told her it's time to go now, the fun is over, it's time to go, what did she say? How did she respond?
She didn't. We had to go to the court system, and we won that, and she appealed right away. So then we went to another court, and then when it was time, obviously a couple of weeks later, then she showed up and she says, I don't speak English, so...
Did she speak English earlier?
We spoke in Spanish, so
okay.
I don't know if she spoke English.
So that was also, that happened, that gave her another delay?
Yes, it's delay after delay after delay.
And so how long was the process for you guys?
So far it's been 2 months.
2 months.
A little over 2 months.
And that's 2 months of possible potential rent that you've lost from a legitimate client, plus legal costs.
Correct. And then add to that this last judgment that was in our favor. The judge granted her an additional 10 days so she could find a place to move. So, you know, we have to wait before we can get the writ of possession, and then that doesn't go up automatically. You also have to wait for the police or the constables to actually pick up the writ of possession and have the chance to go to the house. So it's not, you know, we're probably talking about something more in the end of the month, if not beginning of next month, when we can, as lawful owners of the house, have possession of it.
Do you guys
feel aggravating.
Like the deck is stacked against you as a lawful owner of a property when someone moves in as a squatter?
Well, I think that it's unfair that the way everything was dealt. But the first thing I did was call 911. I was there for a few hours. Nobody ever showed up or called back or anything.
You'll likely get this is a civil matter.
Yeah,
they did, exactly. And from then on, it's just delay after delay, and it just takes a lot of time, patience, and waiting.
Isiah, I think that what we would like to, the reason why we wanted to express this out, because some people don't like to, they feel vulnerable showing, you know, the information about what they're going through. But I think that the whole reason why we decided to be open about it is because we feel like the system is a bit broken. You understand? So, like, there are some new laws that have been put in place, which have made some adjustments, but the reality is that, like, it doesn't fit for all the options that there are. For example, the laws were not going to be able to protect a homeowner with the situation of a serial squatter, somebody who knows exactly what she needs to do. She's an advantage from us because she's done it so many times. She knows exactly how the system works. So how do you work against the squatter that can cheat the system, that knows how it works? She knows how to appeal, and she knows how to she just stretches things 1 week at a time, and that's the part that's very aggravating. So
well, we thank you guys for coming on, sharing your story and your experience. Believe me, you're not the only ones going through this. There are hundreds, thousands of people going through it. But we're not done just yet. So how can property owners protect their assets? We take you to the Factor Learning Hub on the other side of the break with some experts. Stay with us. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. So how do you stop a serial squatter before they ever move in? Our next guests are standing by in the Factor Learning Hub to break down the exact steps homeowners can take to protect their investments. Joining us now, real estate expert Shad Bogany, a regular here in Harris County Precinct 7, Deputy Shamika Boyd. Glad to have you all on the Factor Uncensored. So for those, Deputy Boyd, who show up and there's someone living in their property without their permission, what should they do?
Well, what they should do is they should come to the constable's office or the sheriff's office and let them know that they have a squatter there. Then when they come, they bring an ID, they bring a deed, a certified deed is what they come to, and then allow them to let us look over. We have a checklist that we have, and it has like 12 steps on it. And that checklist, it shows, you know, that these are the steps that they have to sign by it and say, yeah, this is what we have. This is how it's supposed to
proceed
with everything. And after that's happening, then they go and put a 24-hour notice on their door and say that, hey, you're not allowed here. 24-hour notice, you have to go. The next time they come into there, they pay $155 for us to come out. We come out the next day and we put them out.
Got it. So when we hear stories like the Milio family where they had to go through the court system, how is what you're telling us different now? So
in the process of that, what they did wrong and what they were unaware of is they created a landlord-tenant situation, so which made them have to go back and do the whole process of the 30-day, then the whole eviction. Had they not done that, had they just came right to the constable's office or to the sheriff's office and, you know, let us know that they had a serial squatter, then it would have been out. They would have been out. She would have been out a lot sooner.
Come straight to you.
Come straight to us.
Instead of going to the courts. All right, Shad, how big of a problem is this in Houston? Obviously, Senator Paul Bettencourt made some changes to the law because it was so bad and it heard so many horror stories. But from your perspective as a real estate expert, just how bad has it been in Houston and in Texas?
It's been pretty bad. I've experienced it, Isiah, myself. And that's why Bettencourt changed the rules. And my suggestion would be that Senate Bill 1333, Senate Bill 38, if you are a property owner, you all should read that bill, because what the constable just said is how you need to proceed in that place. And a lot of this is coming from these Craigslist, these internet services where they're going and signing up. And realtors are not involved in this. I don't care if anybody says the realtor called you. Realtors know better because they lose their license.
And some of these reported squatters, in some instances, could actually be victims out there. Because you're saying they go onto the marketplace, onto Craigslist, and they see these ads, and they never actually see the person, but all of the information, the marketing, it looks real. Let's go over this one important thing. Don't change locks or cut the power. Your thoughts about that, and why would that hurt your case if you're an owner of a property and there's a squatter there?
Because that's against the law to do that.
Correct.
And just regular
eviction.
Yeah. So you don't do it. That's how we used to do it back in the day.
Right.
But you can't do that anymore.
You handle it in the front yard.
Right. Take the door off. But you can't do that anymore because that's against the law to do that. Two wrongs don't make a right. So you've got to continue to follow the law and know your law. If you're a landlord, you need to read these laws or hire a professional to give you some advice, like a real realtor.
And don't come to the constable's office asking us because we cannot give legal advice.
Got it. Come there prepared.
Come there prepared. We can't give
and ask for that document, the checklist that you guys have.
Yes, and it's a 12-step checklist.
12-step
And if we
checklist.
find out that the the owner of the property, let's say the property owner is not the real property owner, and they give us fake documents, we check over this list and make sure, because we do our due diligence, if we check over this and you giving us fake documents, that's a Class A misdemeanor. So now you get in trouble for lying.
Got it.
If that makes sense.
And of course, let's go over this because we don't want to give out the wrong information. When we say you must use the course, we're saying now we can go to you first with that checklist and then get the information with the notice to lock out, then come back later with $155 and you guys will move them out.
Yes.
Okay, so keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. Now, police usually won't make an arrest, but if they go through that process, you'll move them out.
Right. If they're criminally trespassing, we'll make an arrest then.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. And hopefully we gave you some news and information you can use. We'll be back with more Factor Uncensored in just a moment. Thank you both.
Yes, thank you.
Class is over.
This program is being brought to you by Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer.
All righty, welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. Back to school season is here, and looking ahead to the weekend, Texas shoppers get a much-needed break at the register. The annual tax-free weekend kicks off Friday, and knowing the rules can save your family a lot of money. Attorney and CPA Lucy Petrie has stepped into the Factor Learning Hub with what you need to know before going on your shopping adventure. Good to see you, Lucy.
Hello. Can you believe summer is over and school is back in session?
Absolutely, and I'm sure the kids are excited just to wear the new clothes.
Yes, and the new school supplies.
Exactly.
I love that. I remember loving that. So the sales tax holiday is now permanent every same date in August going forward. So we have some time to know exactly when it's going to be going forward. So I'm happy that they made it a permanent holiday now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's get to the board.
All right.
What qualifies?
School supplies, clothes, and shoes and backpacks. What doesn't qualify are sporting equipment, uniforms also qualify, and electronics, surprisingly, are not qualified items.
And a lot of kids need laptops and they need the Chromebooks.
Yeah, they do. I'm surprised that's not, but also, there's a limit of $100, and there's no way you could purchase a laptop for $100, I don't think.
There's a way.
I know you would find a way yourself. Yeah, but look, online purchases are tax-free as well. You just have to make sure that you stay below that $100, and shipping and handling can put you over the $100 and make that purchase taxable. So watch out for that.
But many retailers out there are preparing for this, and they may have set their prices with shipping or free shipping so that they can reap some of this business.
Exactly. Just watch out and make sure that at the checkout you are not going over $100. Now, here's a question that I am getting often. Do you have to have a separate transaction for each $100? And you do not. You could spend $1,000 and still qualify, so long as each of the items are below $100.
Okay, we're talking about the product that you buy.
Exactly.
Has to be under $100, but
each
you can
unit.
do $1,000 worth under $100 products and still qualify for
Exactly, exactly. And you do not have to have separate purchases.
All right. You're saying shop early Friday or Sunday. What happened to Saturday in there?
Oh, I mean, yeah, Saturday you may have...
Unless Sonora made a mistake on that graphic.
But you may not have the items all available on Saturday. Or you do what I'm planning to do, and it's just put the items on your Amazon cart and then check out on Amazon.
There you go.
You can buy it online. So long as you pay by Sunday night, it will qualify, even if you get the items later. So if you're shopping online, just make sure that you pay for it by Sunday night. Even if you get it later, still qualify.
Now, obviously, this was designed for students, teachers to go back to school. But can other people slip in there as long as it's under $100? We're talking about clothes?
Yes, that's what I'm doing with my Amazon shopping cart and art supplies as well. So, and shoes. Yeah, nothing in the law says that it has to be for uniforms and kids' clothes. So we can absolutely buy some clothes online.
But there's just those forbidden items like electronics that won't qualify.
Right. And if you're not sure, you can go to the Texas Controller's website. They have a very extensive list of items that qualify or not. Or just look at the checkout and make sure that you ask for a refund if they make a mistake, because it's very common for them to make a mistake, and get a refund before you leave the store.
Absolutely, and I'm sure many of the clerks are aware and they're prepared to help you as long as they're not temporaries.
I hope so, yeah. I'm hoping that's the case.
All right, and once again, items under 100 qualify. Online purchases are tax-free, so that's part of it. Shipping costs are included, so if you go over that 100 mark, then you have an issue. No total purchase limit, and shop early the weekend. Is there an end time on Sunday?
Sunday night, Sunday at midnight.
At midnight. And Friday, say if we want to, well, Walmart is not open at midnight. I remember those days before the pandemic. You can go to Walmart at midnight and shop, but...
Yeah, but you can also shop Walmart online.
I want to go there.
You want to go in there and get involved out with the products. Yes.
All right, Lucy, thank you so much. Get prepared for back to school. And of course, still ahead, a shocking TikTok live stream. Fans and followers are reeling. I was shocked when I saw it last night. Next, the intense reaction across social media after celebrity blogger Perez Hilton is hospitalized. Keep it here. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Celebrity blogger Perez Hilton is undergoing psychiatric evaluation tonight in the hospital following a disturbing TikTok live stream where he appeared to be harming himself. It was shocking to see. He was seen naked and covered in what appeared to be blood. Florida police responded to his home last night. He was then taken to a local hospital. Now, TMZ reports Hilton had recently moved from Las Vegas to Miami and may have been having trouble adjusting. Joining us to talk about this, therapist Dr. Bernadette Smith and influencer Rich Lux. And Rich, it's my understanding that he was going through only a month or so ago a spiritual awakening that he was talking about online. And for those who may be late to the party, just explain how huge Perez Hilton used to be. He was TMZ before TMZ was created.
Exactly. He really was a source for celebrity news and gossip, and people would flock to the website to read his article. Nowadays, people want videos, but at that time, he was very influential with call-out culture of celebrities.
Absolutely, yeah. And that was 2004. TMZ came into existence in 2005.
Yeah.
Now, what are people saying about this? First of all, are they in disbelief?
Well, you know what? I see it from both sides. I went live with Perez several times before, but I see comments that are saying that this is his karma, that because he called out so many people, that sort of negative energy, that this was bound to happen. Right? And I believe in cosmic energy, but I think this is deeper than that, maybe something with mental illness, or maybe could have been substance abuse, you know. But I think that the conversation that is had is that a lot of people saw the video, and why was it allowed to be on TikTok for 15 to 20 minutes that long? And also now people are almost shocked that they saw it, and everyone's talking about it because they don't know where to go to vent. And so here we are. This is national headlines at this point now. And so it is scary, and this is almost like a new, I've never seen anything like this before. Like, I was shocked when I saw this. It's like a new level of I thought it was fake. I thought it was a horror.
I thought it was AI.
Yeah, I thought it was AI, exactly. So I know that it's real. He is now in the hospital, and his family wants to remain, you know, keep it private, and they'll let us know what's the next step and what happens next.
Dr. Smith, and you didn't get a chance to see the actual video, but if someone is on camera, rambling, harming themselves, bleeding, still live, would that be a breakdown? What would that be? How do you describe that from your perspective?
Yeah, so again, I did not watch. Right. I did not try to find it, because that definitely sounds very traumatic to watch. Yeah, clearly if somebody is doing that, they are experiencing some type of psychological break. And one of the things that happens is there can be some delirium, them not really being aware of what they're actually doing in terms of being on live, right? And understanding what message that might be putting out. There might be desperation. Sometimes when people are experiencing a break, all they're trying to figure out is how to get out of it. And so sometimes people who do like self-cutting, they will do that because it relieves some pain for them in that moment. And if they actually do try to do a completed attempt, again, they're trying to seek refuge from the immense amount of pain that they're experiencing. So again, fortunately, he is in the hospital. And while he's in inpatient hospitalization, they'll be able to do a full evaluation to determine what is actually going on. Is it major depression disorder, or is it something deeper?
It could be sepsis. That's another comment I kept seeing a lot on social media, is that it could have been sepsis. Or even I've seen comments saying that the breakdown, that he was at one point very popular, and now he's not as influential as he used to be, and maybe that's why he couldn't maybe take that.
And there can be tons of factors to that. And to your point, he did have a bout of sepsis, and there are journal articles that talk about how sepsis can really contribute to post-traumatic stress disorder and all of this, and impact the neurological brain activity much longer after it's even cleared out of the system.
And for those, one of the points that Rich made was people are trying to process it. What do you say to those who may have been shocked by that and not prepared to see that on social media? How do you tell them to handle it in the minute we have left?
A minute, okay. So there's two frameworks, right? One, whenever you experience something like that, it's going to be that initial shock. If over time you're noticing that you're still having a problem processing, then you need to go seek out help yourself, right? Because you don't want to then have vicarious trauma. In the meantime, for people, it's, okay, what do you need to do to help you kind of ground yourself? Is it talking to somebody, whether it's a therapist or a friend? Maybe you're taking a social media break, but also being able to be very mindful of what they're consuming so that they can kind of pour into themselves and being able, again, talk about it so that they're not having to hold that by themselves.
All righty. Thank you, guys. Such a tragedy. We appreciate you, Dr. Smith and Rich. Still to come, can you really be happy all of the time with your partner? We talk about it on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching the Isiah Factor Uncensored.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. Is the expectation of happily ever after setting couples up for failure? Tonight we're tackling a major debate. Can women really expect to be happy 100% of the damn time in a relationship? Come on now, come on. This was a subject on It's Giving podcast. Take a look.
Women have such dysregulated emotions.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
They do. They have such dysregulated emotions that they'll say, I'm leaving this thing because I'm not happy. What the hell does that mean? What is it? What do you mean you're not happy? Oh my God, he didn't. And this whole like woke community, this I need to feel seen, heard, and I need to be acknowledged 100% of the time. That's why you're single.
Sarah.
That's your problem.
Sarah.
If you think a person is supposed to get you 100% of the time, if you think that a person is supposed to make you happy 100% of the time, stay single. Don't get married.
Sarah.
Don't date. Don't even get to know anybody because you don't even make yourself happy 100% of the time. How do you expect a man to do this?
Whoop. Our guests are standing by to share their own thoughts. Joining us now, podcast hosts Adam Nelson, Kelly Morris, and actress and physical therapist, Dr. Ariel Ball. Dr. Ball, your thoughts about that?
Oh my God. You know,
let's let you start.
Normally, I don't like her podcast. I'll just put that out there. But I do think she has some key points in saying that it's unrealistic to expect for someone to make you happy all the time. Because I think in a relationship, it should be two people pleasing each other and meeting their needs. So I do agree with her there. I think her approach is a bit different. I think you should expect happiness and someone working towards your happiness. So not to say that we don't deserve that either. So I think
it's okay to want
it's okay
it, but you
to
have
want
to put
it.
in the work.
Yes, and it's unrealistic to think that a person can give you that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, you were agreeing. You like the choir. Amen, Lord, Father,
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think, well, I agree with what the young lady was saying because, one, you can't make somebody else happy. You got to make yourself, you got to be happy yourself. You can't fulfill nobody if you're not fulfilled within, right? And then, to her point, a lot of women do want this imaginary happiness, and they want the man to provide that, and that's impossible for a man because sometimes, half of the time, most women don't even know what that is, and a man is asking, he's like, okay, what is it? What is this I need to fulfill your happiness, whatever? So, yeah, so I think most time women are delusional to a degree, not all.
Oh boy.
They're delusional.
Oh boy.
Kelly, come on in, Kelly.
Please save him.
Kelly.
Please help.
I kind of agree with Adam, which is not normal because we usually disagree so heavily. But I do feel like happiness is a choice, and I do feel like self-fulfillment is something that everybody should aspire to. And so I don't believe that it's one person's responsibility to make the other person happy 100% of the time. I don't subscribe to that. But I also believe that the man sets the tone in a relationship.
Really?
I do.
Well,
yes.
we do. But this term, happy wife, happy life, I think that term is antiquated, right? I think it should be happy spouse, happy house. I think everybody should provide some type of happiness in order for the household to be happy. I don't think one person should fulfill all the happiness in order for me to receive a little small pieces of happiness that she's going to give to me on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
And one of you mentioned this, and is there or should there always be self-reflection? Because you may be going into a relationship bringing a load of baggage with you, but you're expecting this person to make your life magically well. So is it important you self-reflect before you demand someone else provide you with the happiness? And your baggage may have that happiness with maybe some abuse in the past, and there's something someone new cannot fix for you.
I think people should come into a relationship as close to whole as possible. So if you haven't unpacked your traumas and haven't came to a place where you're happy with yourself, you can't expect someone to fill that void that you have. That's self-work you have to do. So that's not another person's responsibility to heal you, you know?
No, I agree with that, but for the most part, the reality is that's not taking place. That's why you have so many unhealed individuals in relationships for that reason, right? So I think to your point, I agree. I think a lot of relationships, people do come in with a lot of excessive baggage, and they don't know how to express it, or they don't even know they have it. So now they put the responsibility on the other person to either help them clear it out, or do some type of miraculous healing on them.
And where do you guys think the unrealistic expectation come from? Places like social media, where people pretend, and life is really not like that.
Yeah, I 100% think that is social media, and I think that now we have just access to just a peek behind the scenes of other people's lives, and also everybody has opinions and everybody is putting those opinions out there for everybody to consume. But I would just implore people to be mindful of what people choose to put on social media, because more often than not, it's the highlight reel, right? It's not the real work, it's not the hurt, the pain, the healing, and the struggle. Everybody's just putting the highlight reel and the happy times on social media. So be very careful about what you consume, and then ultimately what you believe about people's relationships.
And for all of you, how do you detox if you have the unrealistic expectation and you've stuck with that for such a long time? You don't know how to let it go, because then, okay, you got to go on social. Well, I changed my mind. You can have a problem or two. So how do you detox from that thought process of wanting the perfect life?
I think for me, I had to sit down and really figure out my values and what I'm looking for in another person and a partner. And it's not to complete me. You know how like everyone says like, oh, you need a person complete. You know, I'm coming as a 100% whole person, and I want to partner with someone, not heal me or fix me or try to make me whole. So I had to really look deep down in myself and say, am I ready for a relationship? You know, can I be a good partner to that person? Can I meet their needs? And it's not so just what I'm going to receive.
All right, Adam,
well, you know, I'm the perfect person, so I don't really worry about that, you know. But no, in all seriousness, in all seriousness, I use time to myself, right? Go to myself, take all the external factors out of it. Don't be in the public. Just take time with myself, pray, and then when it's time for me to come out, then I can make a clear decision versus having all these distractions.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think know yourself, yes, but you also have to know the person that you are with, right? And I think that takes a lot of discernment and just intentionality with choosing your partner. And so don't go into a relationship wanting a $1 million lifestyle with someone who makes $50,000 a year. So just understand who your partner is.
Another way.
Know what your desires are, and don't go into a relationship putting stressors on your partner that you know that they just cannot fulfill. It just doesn't make
in the last 20, 30 seconds, where can we find you guys to catch you, watch you, support you?
I am on social media as Dr. Ariel Ball on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm culturally distinct everywhere.
And you can find me at Champagne Wives Podcast.
All right. The Kelly Morning Show. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining us here. Still ahead tonight, a fresh salmonella scare hits a restaurant menus. Plus, could a well-known men's health pill actually stop cancer in its tracks? The surprising new medical study next here on The Factor Uncensored. Stay with us. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. If you're one of those people who's out there, you don't have to tell anyone. You don't have to raise your name or say it on social media. But if you use Viagra or one of those helpers, an unexpected discovery in the fight against cancer. A new study suggests the active ingredient in medicines like Viagra could stop cancer cells from spreading. It stops it from metastasizing. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, the latest on what some are calling the summer of diarrhea. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Dr. Danish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute. Dr. Ali, I can't win for losing. It goes from contaminated lettuce to contaminated jalapeno, from cyclospora to salmonella, possibly. So what's going on now? What do we have to watch for in our food?
Yeah, Isiah, we've seen some articles and some reports coming out of salmonella, which is an infection being linked to jalapeno peppers. There are some reports that this was initially found in Chipotle restaurant. However, the FDA currently is investigating this and seeing if there is a link and where the actual link is coming from to stop the production and pause on that and see what happened. There have been outbreaks that we've seen of salmonella in the past as well, related to other contaminated food products, but most recently it's been linked to, potentially linked to, I should say, with jalapeno peppers that they found at some of these restaurants.
How dangerous is this? What can it do to the body?
Yeah, Isiah. So most patients do perfectly fine in terms of they don't have any long-term complications or that they need to be hospitalized. It's just they experience severe diarrhea, nausea, vomiting. It usually lasts for a few weeks, or I'm sorry, a few days, and it goes away on its own. Folks that have other medical comorbidities, such as of the elderly, or they have high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney failure, or they're immunocompromised in some sort of fashion, or they may be pregnant. Those are reasons why there's a higher chance of those being associated with dehydration, and that dehydration can then lead to hospitalizations. And so if you've had a few days of diarrhea and experiencing along with that nausea, vomiting as well, or that diarrhea becomes bloody, or you start developing chills or severe dehydration as a result of this, you do want to get in and get checked out immediately.
All right, it's the summer of diarrhea in this country, Dr. Ali. We just have to be careful about what we eat, and hopefully the FDA gets on this. Now, it's my understanding Viagra and pills like that, you can get more than just a happy ending out of it now. There's some benefits we're seeing in a study. Tell us about this and the impact on cancer.
Isiah, there's a lot of study being done on it right now. It's very preliminary. Research has just started on animals currently as we speak. There are showing that erectile dysfunction medications may potentially disrupt the cancer cells, and they may actually dehydrate them where they stop growing and expanding, and that can potentially help reduce the growth of the cancer or the tumor itself. Again, this is very preliminary. We don't want anybody to start replacing their cancer treatments with Viagra or any of the erectile dysfunction medications. There is studies that are currently being done on it, and we'll have some better information in the coming weeks to months. This is just one example of where we realize that a medication that initially came out for something has some very potential or supporting methods that it may be able to support other issues, just like we did with gabapentin. It initially came out with for seizures. We realize it's not as great for seizures, but it's excellent for nerve pain or radiculopathy or neuropathy. And so we use it in our facilities every day to help treat nerve pain and not as much as seizure-related pain.
OT uses. Now, we want to make this clear, Dr. Ali. We're not saying that, the drug that's in Viagra and other similar medications like that cures cancer. It just stops it from metastasizing and spreading. So it's not like a miracle drug, right?
That's exactly right. And it's not meant to replace your chemotherapy or your other cancer-related medications at all. Again, this is very preliminary. It's exciting news because a medication that can be used to treat other things can now have this potential result, and now it's going to be studied. One of the benefits, Isiah, is that this medications in similar meds have been out for a long period of time. And so with additional studies, I think that we can get this pushed through faster if it does work and it works safely on animal trials. It can be pushed through to human trials a lot sooner, just because we know the safety profile already, because this medication has been in the market for such a long period of time.
All right, Dr. Donna Jolly from Archpoint Pain Institute, thank you for this valuable information. And we'll be back with more Factor Uncensored in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, a recent survey showed that Texas was #1 on the list for OnlyFans. So this is why Pornhub is crying to the governor. The adult entertainment company is now calling out Texas lawmakers over a state law that has blocked the site in Texas since March of 2024. We're talking about Pornhub. In a letter sent to, they should have changed the name, Phil, instead of Pornhub, like Excitement Hub. In a letter sent to Governor Greg Abbott last week, Pornhub claims the state's age verification law fails to protect kids online. They say requiring individual websites to check ages doesn't work. Instead, they argue it funnels adults onto shady, unregulated websites that ignore the law entirely. In fact, recent searches show, according to Pornhub, most top results still lead to unchecked websites. The company wants lawmakers to change course and force tech giants like Apple and Google to enable default parental controls on new phones and computers instead. There you go, Phil. What do you say? Do you agree with them or not? Okay, we'll be back. We'll talk about it. Phil says no.
Visit
There it is, the moneymaker. Go to our YouTube page at Isiah Factor Uncensored. Subscribe, follow us, do what you need to do to keep the lights on here at The Factor. Thank you, and have a great night. We'll see you the next time.
Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez. And on the show, we talk about cheating many a times. But what about financial infidelity? That means maybe your partner's got a secret credit card, or you're hiding money in a bank account they know nothing about, or y'all got married and you found out there are thousands of dollars in debt. Yeah, financial infidelity. We're going to get into it with a couple of examples and an expert who's going to help us protect ourselves from those instances. But first, we need a drink in our hand, and I've got Miriam in the building. Hey, girl.
Hi, Queen.
All right, you've got a cocktail for us?
I do. It's called the Talk Verde to me.
Oh, Talk Verde to me, which, if you don't know, verde is green, so we're going to talk that money.
It's fitting, so.
We got to do it. All right, you going to show me how to make this later?
I am. It's a mezcal passion fruit infused moment. She's girly, she's spicy, she's good.
So. Perfect for tonight.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, I'll be back with you, but let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
I am so excited to talk about this because I feel like so many people go through it or don't even know anything about it. And it might be happening to you right now and you're unaware. But we've got two women who are brave enough to share their experience with this so that you can look out for the red flags. All right, and they're familiar faces. We've got Sunny Ray.